So we have roughly a 125-acre fire. It started off of Martin Highway, and it was roughly around 75th Street off of Martin Highway. The winds have been pushing it west. We have forestry out here, we have law enforcement out here, and we have a lot of fire rescue units out here. Law enforcement has been really assisting us with their helicopter and the airdrops, which has been essential to the operation. And then our fire rescue, we have our brush trucks that are working with our fire trucks as well for structural protection. As far as evacuations, in the beginning we'd had to evacuate 11 different homes. We have not lost any structures. Everything has been contained. And then we also had some horses that we had to evacuate originally from the 75th and 78th Street fires. Right now we're still aggressively working on the fire. We're in the Stewart West Cobblestone area. This is where it was pushing west towards. So we're kind of in a defensive posture right now. And we have multiple trucks that are kind of surrounding this neighborhood to make sure that we don't have any impact on their homes as well as any kind of wildlife in this area.
So what are you advising people, especially if they live in the Cobblestone, Stewart West area around here, to do now?
So the best thing they can do is really just stay inside. Try not to travel the neighborhood. We don't have, right now, we're not blocking anyone from coming in. However, if the operation starts kicking off, then we're going to have to stop all traffic. We have not done that yet, but what would help us is if people would not just drive the area just to see the fire. Just let us operate with the sheriff's department and then with forestry and then also the firefighters. It would just be safer for all of us if people can just stay indoors until we can completely just close this incident down.
Very good. Where's your largest staging area? Along this area? Is that where you're staged the most, your command?
So we have multiple staging areas. The original fire, like I said, was around 75th Street off Martin Highway. That was our original command post. And then we have a different division set up now on the western side. So we actually have multiple areas where we're staging units.
Very good.
What's the containment?
The containment is 50% at this time for roughly 125 acres.
Very good. Sheriff, can we ask you about resources as well? You have multiple units out here. What is the sheriff's office function?
Yes, the chief just explained some of the things we've been doing, but we started with assisting some of our ranch owners with moving some horses that were in danger. They were confined in a fenced area that was starting to burn. So we've helped move some horses. There's some cattle that have been in the line of this fire that was moving. So we helped, our Rancho Grove helped move those cattle. And then really educating the public. Like the chief just said, they're going door to door telling them to hunker down, pay attention to what's going on. But Chief Cianciulli and his staff have done a phenomenal job. They've been through this before, unfortunately, and they're optimistic because there's a lack of fuel out here that this should hopefully burn itself out sooner than later. Again, we have our helicopter that's using the Bambi bucket to drop water on the fire because it is remote from us. It's hard to access. Forestry's dropping water on the fire also, and then if you hear the plane flying over, they're just spotting hot spots so we can adjust fire as needed.
So I noticed that your deputies are also going door to door. We're not under mandatory evacuations, but what, are they voluntary at this point?
We're not asking anyone to evacuate. We're just asking everyone to pay attention. We're really trying to calm the individuals here in the neighborhood. They're still traumatized from the last fire out here, which did blow through here and create some secondary fires. So we're trying to calm them, have them pay attention, again, hunker down in their houses, not be out here on the street paying or watching what's going on. It helps us be able to do our job. You see a lot of vehicles moving back and forth trying to get ahead of this fire. So if they just stay in place right now, if they need to evacuate, we'll come back and help them through the evacuation process.